Welcome back to this week's edition of EGLZ News. Let's check out what Jalen's doing with Character Dares.
Now it's time for this week's Character Dare. Ask an expert. Find two friends who are good at something and ask them to help you get better at it.
Thanks, Jalen. Let's watch what's going to happen on Week at a Glance with Taylor.
Now it's time for this week's Week at a Glance. There is no school on Friday, Monday, or Tuesday. For all the students that have their 7 rockets at the top on liftoff, have a Kona Ice Party on February 25th. Have a good week, everyone.
Thanks, Taylor. Let's slide it over to KK with the sports recap.
Now it's time for this week's sports recap. They won against Crockett. That's all for this week's sports recap.
Thanks, KK. Let's switch it over to Blake with the weather.
Thanks, guys. Today is going to be sunny with a high of 63 and a low of 40. Now on to your weekly forecast. It's going to be very cloudy this week with highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s. Now back to you guys.
Thanks, Blake. Let's bring it over to Brianna with the birthdays.
Happy birthday to Kylie Cunningham, February 15th. Yahir Ramirez, February 16th. Jack Bean, February 18th. Bethany George, February 19th. Brendan Milner, February 19th. Jackson Murphy, February 19th. Happy birthday.
Thanks, Brianna, and happy birthday to everyone. Let's flip it over to Obi with a special.
Now time for this week's special. For this week's special, I'll explain part of the process of showing a pig. This is my pen for this year. It's set up and all ready to go. These things in the bottom, they're called shavings. They keep your pig warm during cold nights. This is the box like I use. I use this to store all my feed and equipment. This thing right here is an automatic water source for our pig, so we don't have to worry about it. This pig's name is Turbo. We asked his owner, Elena, some questions. What qualities does showing teach you?
Responsibilities and leadership.
Do you think showing helps you in the real world? If so, why?
Yes, because it teaches you about great leadership and work ethic.
Do you think showing can benefit everyone?
Yes, because it teaches you about great work ethic, responsibilities, and it can benefit everyone.
This was my pig last year. His name was Elvis. He went from this to this in just 4 short months. Whenever we got him, he weighed about 50 pounds. In this picture right here, he weighed 232 pounds. He was able to achieve that weight by gaining roughly 14 pounds per week. To wrap it up, I think showing pigs is very beneficial because you can get some valuable life skills, plus you might make some profit while doing it. That's all for this week's special.
Thanks, Obi. Let's see some Cupid action in the game.
Now let's go to Mason.
Welcome to this week's game, Cupid Tag. Here's the playing field. There are 12 hearts scattered around. There are a few heart collectors who must collect the hearts and put them in this circle. Cupid is guarding these hearts, but he may not cross this line. The goal of the game is for Cupid to end with at least 1 heart. This is Cupid. Well, it's really just Hudson. But let the games begin.
He is fast. Go. Oh, Jesus. Are you going to be in football?
2,000 years later.
Scaring me. Very much so.
Please stand for the pledge.
Oh,
Oh.
Well, I hate that. Oh, just rush, go. Yeah. Three, how about that? 2, 1, go. None of y'all win.
If two of y'all can block.
Are you kidding me? It's a minute.
I hate this.
Almost.
After a long fought battle, it was only 5 minutes. Cupid protected his hearts. Have a good Valentine's Day.
Awesome job, Mason. And
That's all for this week's edition of EGLZ News.
Welcome back to this.
Oh, I forgot to say it.
Just kidding.
Great job.
You gotta say what Jalen.
Thanks, Obi. Let's see some Cupid action in the game.
Here's Mason.